Raizin the Roof, presented by the Central Indiana Realtist Association, a local chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Our mission is to build wealth through home ownership by enhancing economic development. We accomplish this goal by informing, advocating, and educating in the communities we serve. And now, Raizin the Roof.
Good morning and welcome to Raising the Roof. We are a local chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Our chapter name is CIRA. We're called CIRA, but it's an acronym for Central Indiana Realtist Association. What our mission is building wealth through homeownership. And we do this through advocating, educating, and informing our communities, the communities in which we serve. And what we do is we bring in different guests that can help us give information that you can use, information that's going to help you in your home buying search. It's going to help you in getting information on what you need to get started. And who we have today is my good friend, Mr. Trevor Meeks Chambliss. And me and Mr. Chambliss have gone back many, many, many years. We've done a lot of things together, and I appreciate him being here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to let him tell us a little bit about himself. Mr. Trevor.
Hello, Dolores. How are you?
I'm good.
Well, thanks for having me. Just to maybe provide a little bit of a background on my history, as you mentioned, we go back many years. I've been in the mortgage banking industry now for about 30 years. Mm-hmm. I currently serve in the role of being vice president of single family lending for INHP, which is a local nonprofit and community development institution that helps prospective buyers, particularly families of low and moderate income, in the Indianapolis, Marion County area, to have access and choice to affordable mortgage loan options and affordable options for housing. So I'm very pleased to be with you this afternoon.
Oh, good. Thank you. And the key to our whole mission is educating. And that's why we wanted to bring you in, because we know that educating is a large part of INHP, the programs that they put on. So we have our team here today. Our panel we'll introduce you first.
Karen Kelly with Fathom Realty.
And we have
Bobby Noggle with Invest Realty.
And Bobby Noggle is our local board president for the Central Indiana Realtist Association. And we're glad to have them, as well as have our guest, Mr. Trevor Meeks Chambliss. And so let's get started. Tell me, Trevor, what does INHP do to help home buyers in our communities?
It's a good question that we're asked with some frequency, is who is INHP and what do we do to help home buyers? And so if you think through who home buyers are, they usually come to us in one of two fashions. Those that we would consider to be mortgage ready and those who we consider to be prospective home buyers. And those prospective home buyers usually have some form of credit or financial barrier that prevents them from being able to qualify for an affordable mortgage loan. And so for those clients, we provide a very comprehensive and practical, goal-driven direction to empower them to overcome those credit or financial obstacles, and so that they can become mortgage ready and explore the home buying process. And they can achieve this goal by working one-on-one with an INHP homeownership advisor for a period of up to 2 years to remediate or resolve any of those credit or financial barriers. All of our homeownership advisors are HUD certified housing counselors, so they're trained in coaching and counseling clients to help them improve their credit and financial profile. And then for those clients that come to us who are mortgage ready, it's about access and choice to the affordable mortgage loan product. And so we provide them an unbiased professional opinion on how to identify and select and close on an affordable mortgage loan of their choice. So it's truly mission-based lending and professional advice that INHP couples in terms of helping prospective home buyers in our community.
Okay, Ms. Bobby?
Okay, my question for you, Trevor, how long does the prospective home buyer have to be in the program before they can purchase? Does it depend on what's needed for them to be ready, or is there a time frame which is mandatory that they remain in the program?
Yeah, it's a good question, and there's no mandatory time frame for a client to be in our program. So, for example, last year the average time for prospective clients to complete our home ownership development program was about 9 months. Those clients that completed the program on average had improved their credit scores by more than 50%. I'm sorry, 50 points. The average credit score for many of the clients when they entered the program was, let's say, around 580. And when they completed the program, they were, in that 630, 640 range.
Wow.
Many of the clients saved more than a few $1,000s and paid off hundreds of, if not thousands of dollars in collection over that tenure. Each client scenario is a little bit different. So we have some clients that are in and out of the program within a matter of a few months, and we have others that take that full 2-year history of being able to complete it. Last year, though, was a bit of I would consider it to be an anomaly. It's a very unique year because of all things around the pandemic. And so we anticipate that many of our clients may take longer to complete the program because many of our clients were impacted by the pandemic, by personally experiencing employment and income interruptions, and some even having, health issues themselves or with other family members, and they're just now starting to rebound from those hardships. So we anticipate that this year, as clients complete our program, and probably next year, that timeline may extend itself. But there is no minimum requirement. We try and help the clients identify at the earliest opportunity when they've crossed the threshold of becoming mortgage ready.
Ms. Karen?
Okay, so Trevor, when they do cross that threshold, are there down payment assistance programs for them? And what is kind of their next step?
Yeah, and so when clients complete our home ownership development program, they are internally transferred to our lending team, and we have a team of licensed mortgage loan officers that will meet with the clients, identify their preferences for financing, and provide them with options to consider for financing. Those options may consist of an INHP Direct first mortgage loan, or it could be a mortgage product that's offered by one of our lender partners. We have currently 16 different lender partners, all local banks, that offer affordable mortgage products to our clients. Many of those products feature very low or no down payment options. The standard minimum down payment ranges from about 0% to 3% down. Many of those products do offer down payment assistance as well for the clients. Some of the products also offer closing cost assistance. And then there's certain other affordability features that may come into play, such as no private mortgage insurance being built into the payment, below market interest rates, and a variety of affordable features. And so we help the clients identify which products are compatible with their needs and interests. The client then selects which mortgage product they prefer to pursue. If it's an INHP product, we'll take the next step of initiating the mortgage pre-approval process with the client directly. If it's a lender partner product that they select, we will refer their information over to the lender partner, and then that lender partner will initiate the pre-approval process with the client directly.
Okay. Trevor, tell us, what does INHP consider to be affordable?
In this market, it seems like that affordability is becoming extremely challenging, defining that for families of low and moderate income. But generally speaking, we consider affordable in terms of housing. We look at the monthly housing payment for the property that the client is going to finance, and we project or estimate what the monthly mortgage payment would be. And we consider affordable to be a scenario in which that monthly or proposed housing payment, inclusive of principal and interest, property taxes, insurances, to be 30% or less of what that client's gross monthly income is. What we understand is that when that housing payment exceeds more than 30% for particularly for low and moderate income families, they find themselves potentially in the position of being considered housing cost burden. And so that's a benchmark that INHP tries to maintain in avoiding, helping the clients to avoid becoming housing cost burden when purchasing a home. Our objective is not just to help clients access affordable mortgage lending, but to be in a position to sustain homeownership long term.
Good. And one of the things, I've been involved with INHP for several years, and I do know that they're very meticulous as far as getting the information out to the people. And sometimes people may say, I just don't want to go through all that. I just don't want to go through all that. But when we come back, we're going to take a break shortly, but when we come back, we're going to talk about some of those things that the reason why somebody might say, well, I don't want to go through it. And I want you to tell us why we need to go forward with the training, because it will help them in the long run. And so with that, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back to Raising the Roof. We appreciate you coming, and we're going to be back with Trevor Meeks Chambliss in just a moment. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Taylor, Home Lending Officer with First Merchants Bank, and we are thrilled to partner with the Central Indiana Realtist Association to help increase homeownership in the Indianapolis and surrounding areas. First Merchants Bank has a fantastic program that requires no down payment, includes a $7,500 grant depending on where you're purchasing, and has a minimum credit score requirement of 600. If you're ready to begin your homeownership journey, please contact me at 317-566-7611.
And we're back with Raising the Roof, and we have with us Trevor Meeks Chambliss, that is our guest today. He is the Vice President of Single Family Lending at INHP. And when we left off, we were going to ask the question about sometimes people feel like the process is too long. And you're going to I'd like for you to let us know why that the time period in which they are doing their education and things of that sort is necessary.
Well, it's a good question, Dolores, and many times for our clients, their expectations are such that the home buying process should be very simplistic in terms of being able to secure the financing and then start the process. And that may be true for some clients, but not all clients. And it really depends on that individual's overall credit and financial profile that may dictate what that timeline should look like. And when clients enter our homeownership advising program, we take a very measured approach to, I should say, a measured and layered approach to educating them, in addition to coaching and counseling them. And so it's addressing those credit and financial barriers. Which requires us to take a hard look at their budget and putting together an action plan on what obstacles or barriers need to be addressed and resolved. But at the same point, we use that as an opportunity to educate them about the home buying process so that they are prepared consumers when they enter the marketplace. And so the benefit is, while there may be some short-term sacrifice in terms of time, there's long-term gain typically in terms of being able to access multiple mortgage options when they complete the program, multiple affordable mortgage options, and having more than just maybe a standard loan to pursue versus maybe having 3 or 4 options. And the long-term impact could be very significant for them by just exercising patience and going through the program and staying the course.
Okay.
Trevor, I have a question. You mentioned earlier that once the buyer has gone through the program, they have a choice as to whether they use the INHP loan or if they choose another lender partner that you are partnering with. So why do you give them that choice of choosing a lender? If they've completed the program, is it based on your recommendations as to where they qualify, or why do you do that?
And so if I understand the question correctly, it's once they complete the homeownership advising program, most clients then are interested in understanding what mortgage options are available. And this is a continuation, if you will, of the education process,
Okay.
but it's becoming much more specific about mortgage lending at that point. And again, it just follows through with our mission to provide access and choice. And so let me clarify one thing, and that is clients that complete our homeownership advising program have the choice, really 3 different choices. They can choose an INHP loan, one of our lender partner products, or a lender of their choice. We're just providing the information and taking an unbiased approach to ensuring that they understand some of the important nuances about mortgage financing before they start their search to purchase a home.
Okay. Ms. Karen?
So Trevor, how would someone sign up for INHP services?
Yeah, there are a few different ways that clients can engage us and register for our services. They can visit our website at inhp.org and complete a registration form for services. And upon doing so, a member of the INHP team will contact them to schedule an assessment and determine next steps. Or they could give us a call directly at 317-610-4663. And an INHP member will gladly assist them with the registration process over the phone.
Good. Are there specific INHP programs that help people build wealth faster?
Yeah. Equitable lending has become a relative topic in the mortgage lending world in recent years. And there are a few products that INHP has brought to the marketplace that are designed to do just that, which is to help particularly families of low and moderate income build wealth through home ownership. And one of those programs is called our market expander product, and the other is the mortgage accelerator. I'll start with the mortgage accelerator. This program offers a below market 20-year fixed rate loan where the monthly payment on that fixed rate 20-year loan is comparable to what the payment would be on a 30-year fixed rate loan. What we've learned about our clients historically is that they would typically gravitate towards a 30-year fixed rate product because it yielded the lowest overall monthly payment and the fixed rate was attractive for consistency. So imagine being in a position where instead of having a 30-year loan, you have a 20-year loan where the payments are equivalent. That typically equates to tens of thousands of dollars of savings in interest payments over the term of the loan. And that accumulation or that acceleration, if you will, of paying down the mortgage helps build wealth for that homeowner. Typically when you go with a shorter term loan, the rate may be lower, but the payment's higher. In this case, we've captured 2. Just to give you an example, the interest rate on that product right now is 1.25%.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the market expander is a product that's been designed to responsibly, or I should say, increase the borrower's buying power in a responsible way to help them compete in this marketplace where home prices continue to escalate. And so we pair this market expander loan. It's a second mortgage loan, if you will, at 0% interest. The client can borrow up to $40,000 with this product to help increase their buying power. And so if you envision how this financing works, we pair the market expander with the mortgage accelerator. So it's 30-year financing where for the first 20 years you have first mortgage loan payment that's at 1.25%. The last 10 years, you're at 0% interest. The weighted average of those two loans is like having a 30-year loan with an interest rate less than 1%.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
So how would you qualify for that? I mean, how do you apply for that? Is that a separate program?
It's just going through our normal process of reaching out to INHP, and depending on where the client is in their journey, that these products could be options that they can select from, in addition to other affordable products.
Trevor, I know that consistently the classes have always been in person, and I know because of our pandemic last year that we probably had to, not probably, I'm sure that most things changed for you. Do you foresee going back to the in-person classes, or do you think you'll stay with virtual classes, or how will that change?
Yeah, I think time will tell relative to how the nation's health improves relative to the pandemic. And so you're right, Dolores, when at the onset of the pandemic, we discontinued all in-person client activities, whether that be classes, appointments, et cetera. We pulled back like many organizations and businesses did. But we maintained our class offerings in an online or virtual format. We are testing for the first time since, I want to say, March of 2020, holding an in-person homebuyer education class this Saturday, actually. It's going to be a very small class where we practice and adhere to all of the recommended safety protocols. It's going to be a small class of, I believe, 6 prospective home buyers with presenters. And you probably recall those classes could be anywhere from 40, 50, 60 clients at a time. So it's a much more measured approach. We're going to test it and pilot it for a while to see how things go and pay real close attention to, the nation's health and guidance from the local and health authorities on what, if any, additional precautions should be taken. And we'll at some point, we would like to think we'll get back to business as usual, but in the meantime, we'll be very, very measured and careful in terms of how we go about that.
We're getting short on time, but can you tell me, are you still getting those that are people still signing up for the classes?
Yeah, class participation is a little bit lower than it historically has been because the majority of our classes were in person. And so it was about a 52-48 split between in-person classes and online or internet-based classes. And we've gone almost exclusively to online or virtual. So there's been a little bit of a decrease in attendance there. But I would say over the past couple of months, we're starting to see a bit of an increase, which tells me a few things are happening. And one is that clients are adapting to being in this virtual world, and more buyers are coming to the market to access those products and programs to educate themselves as they prepare for home ownership.
Great information, Trevor. We appreciate you being here with us and giving us this information because we, as I said before, we're giving information that you can use. We thank you for being here on Raising the Roof. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye. Hi,
Hi, my name is Priscilla Russell, your agent with Hustle with United Real Estate. I have over 30 years experience helping buyers and sellers to build wealth through real estate. Call me at 317-872-SELL.
Hi, I'm Sherry Goodwin, a loan officer with First Merchants Bank. If you're thinking about buying your first home, give me a call. We have a no money down program and no private mortgage insurance. My number is 317-566-6123.
And welcome back to Raising the Roof. We have had an exciting guest today, Trevor Meeks Chambliss, who is the Vice President of the INHP Single Family Lending Association of INHP. And so we've had Trevor here giving us information on INHP and the products that they offer to us. And what do you think about that, ladies?
You know what? I think it's awesome that they're helping so many people build their credit and to put them into good lending products that can help them build wealth through home ownership.
And you know what? It's not just going out and buying a house. They're giving them steps in order to, you know, we want you to save and we want you to do this, and we're going to pay this off and all these things. You're not just jumping out there. They're giving them steps to follow. Ms. Bobby, what do you think?
And it seemed like to me, based on the information that he gave us, that they have improved in the products and things that they offer, because he talked about the market expander, and he also talked about the mortgage accelerator. That was awesome. And I thought that was great that he talked about that. And I know a few people that want to buy, but because of their credit history and where they are with their credit score, they wouldn't qualify. So they would have to go through some type of program, and I think this would be an ideal program. So I'm going to reach out to those persons that I know and get them in touch with INHP, and so we can get the ball rolling for them to be able to build wealth through home ownership.
We appreciate this session today. We thank you for joining us for Raising the Roof, and and look for us on Friday mornings at 11:30 a.m. We appreciate you being here for Raising the Roof, building home ownership through building wealth through home ownership. Thank you.
On behalf of CIRA, Central Indiana Realtist Association, we invite real estate professionals to join us at our monthly meeting, first Wednesday of each month at MCL Castleton, 11:30 a.m., where our mission is advocating, informing, and educating. Our vision is building wealth through home ownership. See you there.
Raizin the Roof.